Ladies, gents, boys and girls, Papa Smoke back again for another edition of Tales from the Bocor. This time I've got on the show my very, very good friend, Juan Goma. Yo, Juan, nice one. Thanks for coming on the show. Nice to see you.
Thank you, man. Welcome. Thank you for inviting me, dude. I'm I'm
No
I'm
problem.
glad I'm glad and honored to be in your show, and it's gonna be a hell of a ride, dude. It's gonna
Excellent.
be a hell
So,
of a ride.
on Tales from the Bocor, what we do is we discuss people's paranormal experiences. These
Hmm.
can be experiences with spirits. It can be throughout day-to-day life. Some people
Hmm.
discuss childhood experiences, and it can also be experiences while you've been doing your occult work. So, without any further ado, do you want to let me know about some things you've experienced yourself?
Man, okay. Let me tell you one. Okay, my name is Juan Goma, I've been doing the occult world for quite some time now. It's been probably like I don't know, 20 25 years maybe. Um, but I remember when I was young, when I was a kid, my grandmother. I'm a grandma's boy. You know, I don't have any grandmas no more. They're gone, but I was a grandma's boy, dude. And my grandmother used to teach me. She used to teach me everything, like about, she's very Catholic,
Yeah.
but she was very Catholic, but her husband, my grandfather, he was a medicine man, and he would teach her things. She would teach her things to, let's say, when she would hear something, do this and do that. Do this when something happens. When you feel a spirit coming through, or when you feel something is not right at the house,
Yeah.
do this. And I was a kid, I would listen to this kind of stuff, and I was like thinking, this is not in the Bible, dude. This is not in your guys' Bible. What's going on? And I was like, they're not fucking fooling me. This is, yeah, there's something here going on. Um, I remember she would tell me to sage, she will burn tortillas, flatbreads and bread. She would do everything. Every time she would cook, she would flap the smoke all over the house. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
she's flapping the smoke. I'm like, what are you doing, Grandma? She's like, I'm saging the house for bad spirits. I'm like, okay. I was like, as a little kid, you're like fucking 9 years old. You're like, spirits, okay.
Giving you
Um,
nightmares.
yep. And then one time, my sister, my not my oldest, but the middle, the one that's above me. I'm the youngest in the family, so
Oh,
the
yes,
one that's
that's it.
yeah, the one that's above me. She was like, one time she was in a room, and she comes out screaming. She comes out yelling. She's like, ah, she comes out fucking running from the fucking room. And I'm like, I'm this little kid, thinking like, the fuck is going on? I saw some faces. I saw some faces running. I was asleep and I opened my eyes and I saw some faces. And we're like, everybody's scared, and my grandma started grabbing, like, all kinds of stuff, gadgets and gadgets to try and sage and clean up. And she started saying some conjurations that you were like, dude, this is something that is not, you would think, this is not something for church. This is not something for God. They're supposedly, they're very, very Catholic, and but whenever something went down, that's the first thing she would do, start fucking saying conjurations that in other languages, and then she would start saging and doing all kinds of stuff, cleansing us out, putting oils in our foreheads, in our back, the back of our heads, everywhere. And that was one of my first experiences. I went in the room, curiosity. I've always been a curious kid, just see see if I'd see those fucking faces myself. There were some, like, uh, there was this shadow, the shadow man that a lot of people see sometimes. That shadow man
Oh,
that's
yeah.
there, and everybody had seen it in the house, and I hadn't seen it. So I went in there, see what's going on. So I walk in there and I see the shadow man. He just looks at me, tilts his head, fucking disappears. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. That was true. It didn't scare me for some reason. I guess because I was meant to do what I do now. I don't know. To me, it was something like, he seemed like a nice guy. I went out there telling him, he seems like a nice guy. He didn't tell me. See, he didn't scare me. It was just kind of like normal for me. So after that, time passed by. There was a moment where That was one of them. It was like my first one. It didn't scare me, but it was there. You know, I saw it, and everybody has seen it, and everybody how they depictured this shadow. I saw it the same way. I don't know if sometimes it just clings into your psyche, and you're like, okay, well, you're waiting to see that, then you see it, but it's not a coincidence, you know. It's like, so you're like, okay. Now, and right now as I was older, I had this. Okay, I'm gonna say this story. I already asked my girlfriend if it was okay that I say this story, but I was dating this girl. She was kind of like a meth head kind of girl. She was in prison. She's been in prison. She was a professional booster. She was been in prison, whatever. She stole the backpack, you know, and she brought this backpack home. And I told her, dude, what's in that backpack? She's like, I don't know. Let's check. You know, she starts checking. She pulls out a cell phone. I'm like, this can be fucking wired, and they're gonna come and look for it. I told her, so you gotta fucking get rid of this shit. She's like, we grabbed that fucking phone. We smashed the shit out of it. We made this into a fucking flatbread. I swear. You know, we made it into a fucking flatbread, dude. Boom. I grabbed the bat. I put it on a bucket for the mop. We put it in there, and I started just fucking smashing it. I left it fucking, you know, destroyed.
Yeah.
We were watching TV. We were just chilling, and the phone starts like beeping. Beep 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 beep. I'm like, we both look at each other like, what the fuck? You know, we destroy this thing? He's like, yeah, what the fuck's going on? You know? I went, I got it, I fucking re-smashed this thing. I was like, I made almost powder the wires. You know, I demolished everything. We throw it back in the trash. You know, we're watching TV. 30 minutes later, beep 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 beep. I was like, oh fuck, you got it. We both look at each other like, what the fuck? She looks at me. She's like, "Didn't you fuck?" Like, yeah. Like the phone's like, if somebody sees it, they're like, "That's just a piece of trash." You know, that shit's fucking smashed. That shit's gone. You know. So I get it. I put water in it. I re-smash that shit. I fucking, you know, start fucking, you know, doing my thing. Like, yeah. And I throw it in the water. You know, we fill the bucket with water and we throw it in there. Okay, there. We're just done with it. Under the water. 30 minutes later, you can still hear this fucking thing. I was like, and it was already, I don't want to be like that, you know, they have that superstition of like after 3 o'clock in the morning, you know, because we were both kind of like, you know, we were both on one, you know, so at the same time, but at the same time, it's like, it was past like 3:15, 3 something, and at midnight, and I was like, that shit's fucking beeping again under the water. You know, it's like, what the fuck is going on? You know, it's like we got if we get fucking rid of this shit, you know, you know we got it again. She bent it. She was all scared. She was like benting his, and then she tells me, it's all the shit that you work with. It's all the fucking stupid shit. I've seen a lot of stuff here. You know, I've seen a lot of shit here. And you know, it came to a point where like, okay, but let's go both of us outside and we'll throw it out in the fucking trash. Out of the fucking apartment, and we forget that it fucking exists. You know, let's just throw it out. Boom, we went, we threw it away. I was leaving in the morning to work. You know, still hadn't slept, but I was going out to the morning to work. I hear that fucking phone in the trash. I was like, what the fuck is going on? You know? Yeah, I'm telling you, I demolished every wire. I pretty much grabbed it and made it into powder, you know, like every fucking thing that the phone had. And I mean, you're gonna tell me that's just fucking normal. You know, something was there. That was one of them, dude. That was one of them. And after that, I went kind of homeless for a while because the family turning their back on you because of what you do and stuff and whatnot. You know how it is.
Yeah, I've been there.
And yeah, so I went homeless for a while. I started living in hotels, you know, living by the day, you know, working for this guy that was only paying me $100 an hour, and $100 an hour right now. $100 a day. Yeah. What is $100 going to do for a day for you here in the United States? You can barely get a fucking cheap ass motel. That's if they have fucking vacancy. You get a fucking cheap ass motel, and then I started hustling the motel. I call friends that wanted to plug their girlfriends, and I was like, hey, I got a fucking room. I started hustling that fucking thing. I was like, I got a motel, so you don't have to spend that whole fucking money on just a couple hours or whatever you're gonna spend with your girl. Give me $20. I'll let you use it. I'll leave for a couple hours, and you can use it. You know, they're like, so, all right, come, pay me, whatever. Anyways, one day I went to this same hotel. I used to call it the crackhead motel because it was fucking all kinds of fucking crackheads. You know, fucking the crackheads in there. So I went to this motel. The lady was like, you know what? We got a room. It's full, but we got a room that it's getting work done because, you know, it's not ready yet. But I'm not gonna put you in the system, but I'll give it to you for $25. But you're gonna have to clean up your own shit. I'm like, I don't care. I just need somewhere to fucking stay. She's like, all right. Gave me a couple towels. He's like, here, a couple towels, $25. Just make sure nobody sees you. That's the room that you're gonna have. All right, cool. I was gonna do the Shadow Zone from there. For those of you who don't know, I host a Facebook group called the Shadow Zone. But so I was gonna do the Shadow Zone from there, and as soon as I walked in, my phone, my battery, kept going down. I tried plugging in the phone. I would leave it charging. I took a shower, came back out. The phone was still on fucking 3, 2. You know, and I was like, I left it for a long time fucking charging because I'm going to do the Shadow Zone right now. And it wouldn't go up, and it wouldn't go up. I was like, you know what? Fuck. I as soon as I get a chance, I just put a message, hey, no Shadow Zone tonight, blah, blah, blah. No, we'll continue tomorrow or the next, whenever. I was like, you know what? I decided to go into ritual. And I was like, since I can't do anything, I'm going to do a ritual, you know? I'll do a fucking ritual with this assassin. I was working with assassin at the time, you know? Now in the ritual, I set up everything. It's just kind of like how you see here, the setup that I just showed you right now.
Yeah.
You know, and I sit there in the middle, and you know, as soon as I got into trance, I started getting these fucking cold ass chills. You know, I had the heater on, and I started getting these fucking cold. I started fucking feeling cold, like, what the fuck, dude? It wasn't even this cold in here. What the hell's going on? You know, dude, I'm in trance, and I open my eyes, and I see fucking people looking at me. Like, okay, someone's in here. You know, something's in here. I look up to every corner, in every fucking corner of the room, every corner. I see these shadowy faces, kind of like scared, kind of like looking at me, like what is he doing? Kind of, yeah, like kind of, you know, they kind of like they fade out into shadows.
The film The Haunting, in it, where it's all staring down on her.
Yeah, and they're staring down at me, like pretty much like I was thinking, are they worried about whatever's going to come out from there, or whatever I'm doing, or what's going on? You know, I was like, so I'm looking at these things. I was like, oh shit. And I look back, there was more in the back. People got assassinated there. People got killed, got murdered there. You know what I mean? And I asked the girl later, what's happening? What really happened in the room? She's like, well, you know, that's why they're rebuilding it, because somebody got they off people there. So, you know, I don't exactly know what happened. So I got this. I have this. You know, I'm pretty sure you have your own kind of way of doing it too, where you dismiss these guys and you tell them, you know what, you guys are free, just go. You know. So I opened up a portal for them. I got some water. I opened up a portal, put a candle there for them, some flowers. And I said, you know what, you guys are free to go. Nobody's gonna harm you. Nobody has gonna do anything to you. Just go whatever it is that you need to go. And there's your flowers. There's your light. There's your water, there's your portal. Just go. I swear, you know, like in the movies when something like that happens, and then all of a sudden you see beams of light coming in, like I saw this house is clean, you know, kind of like
like the kind of pagans, they call it a bridge. So you see a beam of light coming, and the spirit crosses into the other world. The Norse pagans, they call that a bridge.
Yeah. So I did this, and then all of a sudden, everything seemed clear. It seemed nice, and everything. The energy felt good. I charged my phone, and fucking, I'm not lying to you. In fucking 5 minutes, it was already at 25%. I was like, "The fuck's going on here?" There was something there, fucking, you know, taking the energy out. And I was like, "Holy shit!" You know, those were two of my experiences that I can tell you. Now I was working with a spirit called which is one of my patrons. I got it tattooed here in my arm, and it was Lucifer Trefecal. And I was working with this
I know
spirit.
him very well.
Yeah, I was working with the spirit, and I asked them, there's a ritual where like it tells you turn all your shit off, turn all your candles off, turn your incense off at the end of the ritual. Stand in your circle. You have to be naked. You have to stand in your circle. Open your arms out. If you do exist, if you're there, come right now. Come. You have to like put that courage. Like come to me right now, dude. I started getting these chills. I felt like somebody was sniffing me from my head to my toes, like kind of like sniffing, like getting to know me and stuff. And I started feeling this fucking like the snow, like snows, kind of like, and it smelled like circus, kind of like like when the circus is around your house and it smells kind of like animal poop at the same time, but at the same time kind of like a I don't know. You know how when you go to a circus, how it smells.
Yeah,
That's
food, popcorn, all that sort of smell you get, all that background residual smell you get.
Yeah. I started getting that smell, and I was doing this in my room, and I was like, and I said, like, it's a fucking circus or what the fuck, But at the same time, this energy was like sniffing me like up and down from my feet all the way to my head. I was like getting to recognize me, getting to know me. I think it was trying to absorb my essence, see what's going on. And I was like, and I get these chills. I was like, holy shit, it's here. I was like, oh, keep your cool, everything's all right. And then I got this message. Okay, I got this cigar. I had the cigarette. I started smoking it. Started blowing smoke in the dark. And then I got my phone and I was like taking pictures. I blow smoke somewhere else, wherever I felt something was going on, took pictures. And when I saw the pictures, dude, I'll send you those pictures right now. When I saw the pictures, I was like, holy shit, it was here. It looks fucking weird, dude. You could see the face, you could see the fangs, you can see some fucking horns, and I was like, shit, there was something here, like as soon as when I saw the pictures, when you see them back, you're like, man, there was something here, dude, and that, and my one last experience that I can tell you was working with the Necronomicon.
Yeah.
I was working with the Necronomicon, but at the same time, I was in this group called the Mark of Cain. It was about Cain, Queen, and so I'm working with this. With Cain, with this energy of Cain, and what the fuck? Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't see anything. It looks all white.
It's absolutely fine. I can see you. Don't worry. So you were on about the Mark of Cain, the group that you were in.
Yeah. I was working with this energy just to get in with the group, because they put me as one of the admins, and I was like, let me show you guys how to do a ritual. So I went live and I did a live ritual with Cain. So, but I was working with the Necronomicon at the time. I'm gonna send you pictures of that too. And so as I was doing the ritual, somebody in the audience that was watching took pictures, and they said, "Hey, Juan," because I was reading and I could read the invocation and everything right. I was reading everything right, But when I said something about bathe me in the blood of the serpent, and something like that, I was reciting something like that. I had some little little zonies here, like I don't know what it was, but little bats hanging on me, sitting on me. You move and you can see them, like even their little fingers like tingling around, like there was something there with me sitting here. There was another one here, like towards my chest, like kind of like being cool with me, But when I said that about the serpent, I started feeling sweaty, and I couldn't finish reading the invocation. But then what happened was that they didn't like what I was saying, and they started ripping my the astral. They started ripping my fucking skin off.
Oh,
they didn't like what I was saying, and you can see in the picture. I'll send you pictures. They started ripping my fucking skin off, and I was like, And I looked at the pictures like, oh shit, half of my face is fucking gone. Like from the pictures, they were like ripping my skin off. Like they didn't like what I was saying. I guess they didn't like what I was trying to what the invocation was saying. But working with the Necronomicon, that's another whole story because I was really I really drove into it, and it was kind of like an experience where you get very addicted. You know, it's almost like hooks you. It gets you on a hook. Like I would have to put the book away for a while, and then start working with it again. I would leave it for a day there, but it was one of those times where I would pass by where I know I had the book, you know, like put away.
Yeah.
And I would open the door like just to see if the book was there. Okay, close the door, and I would keep walking and doing my thing. Pass by there, look at the book. Okay, it's there. You know what I mean? Kind of like it just gets you like very into it, you know, in some way that you're like, what the fuck? Why am I so hooked on this fucking book right now? I guess, you know, if you really get into it, you know, it kind of like sucks you in, you know. So yeah, man, those were some of my experiences, you know, like lately well, the ones that I've had, you know, so far, but they were intense, and I do have pictures, and I'm gonna send them to you right now. I was just kind of like been busy, like running around and shit, you know, trying to stable myself out in my new place and stuff. So yeah, you know.
Yeah, no, cool. I'll attach them to the post certainly when we get them. That's some good experiences you've had there. It's been great having you on the show, man. Take care. Have a good one, and hope to have you on again soon. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. Thank you. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you so much, man. And I did. See you, everybody.